Morning, East Coast. How are you doing this morning? Sunday morning. It's supposed to start snowing pretty soon, so I went down and got 2 ships this morning. And of course, I had to stop on the way back and get a couple of Boston creams. I'm bad, but Joe always tells me, if you get a chance, stop and get some Boston creams. Yep, Joe's always right. Good morning, Brenda. Yep, Dusty was first this morning. My little 4-legged buddies are out there just snatching up the peanuts I threw out, running around. Some of them are eating them, some of them are burying them in the snow, but I'm sure they'll get eaten up eventually. Dusty, you're charging your batteries for my meetup. All right. Well, it's only 16 degrees here, and I flew 2 ships this morning, and it was cold. And the parking lot I park in, which is back here, but you can see it here, was icy, and I was slipping and sliding, and I thought, oh man, if I go down here, I'm going to be in trouble. And a couple of times I slipped and didn't go down. So thank God for that. I'm going to show you guys the one of the ships I got this morning, the Canadian Coast Guard. This is raw. I haven't edited it or anything, or I lightened it up here and there, but no, I haven't done any of that stuff. So here we go. This is the Canadian Coast Guard ship Risley. It's a icebreaker, of course, but it's also a buoy tender. Keeps the markers, channel markers, and everything tidy. That was about 7:40 this morning. There's another ship coming down right behind it there. I got that one too, but I'm not going to show you that one, but because it's the Algoma Intrepid. But the Risley's a nice looking ship. Hey, Gitchy. Good morning, Gitchy. Well, that's great, Gitchy. Brenda, I'm glad that he's going to step up and help you. Dusty knows what he's doing. He'll show you the ropes. Gitchy, how you been? I'm glad to see you come back every once in a while. You're always welcome anytime you get a chance. And you're also always welcome to go ahead and join the panel too. Everybody always periodically, when we haven't seen you for a while, they wonder what Gitchy's doing. Well, the only thing is that, and I think, are you talking about the one with the helicopter? Is I don't think everybody was clear on what they were looking at. I think the helicopter people were looking at a jet that was taking off, and the tower told them to fall in behind the jet. And so the jet was landing. It wasn't. So they didn't know what the hell they was talking about. Yeah, the Philadelphia crash was quick and devastating. It was a medical flight. They were headed back from Mexico. It was a young lady who went to have some work done here or fix an issue. She was being sent home and she was with her mother, two doctors and two pilots, or one doctor and a pilot. I don't know how many. And they were headed for Missouri, I think. And at that point, they would either go through an inspection or before they head to Mexico. Yeah, it was devastating. Devastating. Yeah, I agree, Gitchy. Hopefully, through research and investigations, they'll understand more and more what both transpired in both cases, so that we don't have that issue anymore. The Yeah, it looks like we're going to be kind of scarce here today. What I don't know is maybe I should look and see if anybody else is on. Oh yeah, Johnny's on. That's where Joe is. Hey, Don Mudball, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you too. The the weather here continues to be cloudy, kind of yucky, not so bad, but it stopped raining late yesterday, snowing. Before that, we had a little bit of a moisture rain Um, and they're calling now for snow to come here later today, which I'm not looking forward to. Like 2.5 inches of rain. Don, I hope your project's going okay, or maybe you just kind of stalled because of time or whatever. But because I know you had a birthday party you got to go to for your granddaughter, right? Today? Well, Don, they're all over on Johnny Drone Flyers. Got a group of people over there, all the FPV flyers. Joe's there and several other people. Before that, Rodney Bell was on a couple of hours ago. So that's where a lot of people that normally are here are over there. But that's okay. They'll show up. Oh, our party was yesterday. Okay, so it's back to the project today. Okay, Gitchy, thanks for stopping by. Always great to see you. The we're going to continue on for a little while to see how it goes. We've got a few people here. We got 8 people watching, but I don't know whether they're doing something else. I know that Don probably is getting ready to start working on his cabinet for his dune buggy. I don't know whether you call it a trunk or what. What would you officially call it, Don? Yeah, I'll show you guys the second ship that I just did this morning. I hope everybody can see that. This followed the Coast Guard cutter down.
Originally followed by the Algoma Innovator ahead of the Boston Kansas City Summer.
This is the Algoma Innovator. Pretty beat up along the sides, probably from going through the locks and that kind of thing and scraping. But it's headed for Ashtabula, Ohio. Probably for winter layup. This is unedited, so normally I would edit a few things. Maybe brighten it up a little bit, but this was at about 7:45, 7:40 this morning. This ship is owned and operated by the Algoma Central Corporation. Algoma is a Canadian company. Algoma was big into trains way back when. Algoma Rail System. I'm sure they still have a division for that. There's the Coast Guard cutter that was ahead of it, getting ready to make the bend there at the Black River. So that's what I did this morning. Gets an old guy out of the house, you know? Okay, Gitchy's off to Germany for the week. Okay. Have a safe trip, Gitchy, and we'll hopefully see you next time when you're back in the area. It's a bulk carrier. Could be carrying wheat, could be carrying ore, could be carrying anything like that, but it's a self-unloading. That's what the front was. Bulk carrier. So it can, with that conveyor belt, it can unload, but it can't load where the other ones that have towers and stuff can load either dry or assisted from shore. And they can unload pallets and that kind of stuff. Different ships do different things, but sometimes they overlap and do the same thing. Brenda, no problem. It was icy wet down. Well, it rained yesterday, and the snow turned to ice where I was. I had a hell of a time just backing my truck up out of there. I had to spin the tires and let it spin and slide around and whatever. Finally, was able to get up out of the parking area. My little four-legged buddies outside are eating all the peanuts. I don't know if I need to throw some more out or not. Let me take a look real quick. Yep, they want some more. Okay.
Morning, Brenda and Dusty. And Paul, wherever he's gone. And Gitchy. Donald.
Yeah, right there is where I was parked and was slipping and sliding, and I could hardly get out of there. The guy was in that car sleeping. I don't know what he was doing, but
Morning, Paul.
hey, good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. You?
Same old stuff, different day.
I clicked on your other one that you tried this morning. It was only on for 25 seconds. Did you have some problems?
Okay.
Did you have some?
Right now, I can't figure out is I got this little black square on the top of my screen. It says preparing the live stream. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
A lot of weird stuff going on lately on live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brenda. I when I was because I was wearing my Crocs because it's got the ribs on the bottom of them. And around the back of the car, it was so icy that I was slipping and sliding. I had to grab the car a couple times, or I was going to fall down. And yeah, it wasn't nice down there. Was not nice, but we got her done. So what's new with you, Mark? Anything?
Oh, no, nothing really.
This is afternoon for you, right?
Hey? Yeah, it's 2:30.
Yeah, so you're about 5 hours difference, I think.
Yeah, 5.
No, at 2:30. It's 9:35 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's 5 hours.
Yep. Hey, here comes Ron.
Morning, guys.
Good morning,
Ron.
Ron. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not
What?
too bad.
We're hanging in there. Mark's been helping to hold down the show here.
I've only just come on, mind you, but yeah.
I'm just on my way home.
Oh, you're on your way home. How'd work go?
Dude, it was bad. It was bad. We had an explosion at one of the mines.
Oh,
And,
Oh dear.
yeah, that did not go well.
No, but
and you being a paramedic, you had to go down, right?
Yep. Yeah, pretty nasty. Had to try and work one guy. I don't even know why we did. He was burnt about 90% of his body.
oh dear.
Yeah.
So he didn't make it.
No.
What do they mine there?
Pardon me?
What are they mining?
We have gas mines. We have coal mines here, oil mines, oil rigs here in Wyoming. But yeah, this is at one of the gas mines. For gas.
So that causes a good explosion, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it was inside one of these little sheds. I don't know what the shed is used for, but something happened. And my poor coworker, the girl who relieved me this morning,
Yeah.
her husband works there,
Oh dear.
and he had just left 5 minutes prior.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't suffer. He didn't get in.
No, it didn't affect him at all. So thank God. She's like, Ron,
we had a mine explosion here. It was because they were tunneling. When Detroit decided they wanted some of the Lake Huron water, they put these great big tunnel and they bored underground.
right.
And when they got out to the lake, when they were going up, they must have hit some kind of a gas, and it blew up, and like a shotgun went down that tube and blew all the employees and stuff down and up and out and 200 feet in the air.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
Weird. The temperature's 30 degrees. It was foggy as hell when I left work. It's a little clearer now, but it's almost like a spring day. You know, the snow seems to be melting. Yeah, it's just foggy and gloomy today.
Good for you. It's only 16 degrees here, Ron.
Woo! I
We're
got you
in-
beat.
Yeah, you got me beat.
We're in about the high 30s at the moment, and it's been a nice sunny day so far.
So that's 30 Celsius,
No, 30
30 Fahrenheit. Okay.
Yeah. About 4 degrees Celsius, something like that. Highest is going to get is 7, which is about 45.
Now, Ron, do you have to turn around again tomorrow and go back, or?
I do. Yep. Go back tomorrow, and then off Tuesday, Wednesday. Taking a new girl there, and the kindness of my heart. I think I'm going to get paid for it, but I'm going to go spend about 3 hours with her on the ventilator, try and teach her the vent. So she's tried to come in on her own twice now when I've been working, and every time she walks in the door, I walk out. I get a call, or just with me training in this new position, I just
No.
I just don't have time, so I got to do it on a day off.
Well, Ron, I don't know if you heard it or not, but I know you're an East Coaster.
Right?
Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, so it'd be 6 more weeks of winter.
Shoot that little bastard. You know what, Paul? I lived a half hour from there for over 20 years. Never went there. Yeah, I was in. It was only about a half-hour drive to go to Punxsutawney. And
they got all the people there and everybody, and they showed it on live on TV on Fox News.
Apparently, that friends of mine are they're pyrotechnics. They but they go up and do the fireworks show there. It's nothing but a giant party all weekend.
Oh yeah, they're all dressed up like what are not badgers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Groundhog. That's what it is. It's a groundhog.
Yeah.
In fact, they're introducing the guy that takes care of the groundhog, and he's got Punxsutawney right in his arm right now.
Yeah.
When is it? Is it Groundhog Day today?
Yeah, Groundhog Day is today. Yep. That's why when they brought him out, they had a scroll they read, because evidently they put him up on the counter, and whichever scroll he goes to is the one they read, and it says that he prognosticates 6 more weeks of winter.
That little shit always sees his shadow. But yeah, I used to shoot them back home. The only thing about them, you know what's weird is when I lived in Pennsylvania all my life, my buddy and I, because farmers hate them, they dig big holes in the ground, and the cows and the horses step in the holes and break their legs. But when you shoot at one or shoot one, they'll if you miss, they run down in their hole and you don't see anything for hours. Yet out here in South Dakota, Wyoming, we have the tiny little prairie dogs. Yeah. And they're dumb as a stick. They don't know what the hell happened. You shoot at them all day, and they just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, the groundhogs are not aggressive or anything, are they?
No. No, we have badgers here in Wyoming. They're like a pit bull with lipstick, man. They're meat.
Yep.
They are. Yeah.
They can get pretty vicious. It's kind of amazing to watch them. They have giant claws. You got to watch them dig a hole in the ground.
They just go right to it, huh?
Oh, they're like a roto-rooter, man. They can dig a hole quick. It's a big.
Quiet. What?
Yeah. So anyway, that's what you got for well, anyway.
Yeah.
6 more weeks of winter.
Prognosis.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, bull crap.
Hey, Joe.
I don't want to see 6 more weeks of winter.
That's what Punxsutawney Phil just, they had it on live on TV.
They should have should have cooked him.
That's what Ron said.
I wanted to shoot him.
Yeah.
Ron's on his way home from work, and Mark is playing with Precious, I guess. I don't know.
We're just trying to eat. That's what it is. Come to see me for. The dog barked, and Loki comes over here to see me.
Yep. Want to know what the hell? Wouldn't we get another dog?
We don't want no other ones here. If Donald's here, happy birthday, Donald. It's Mudball's birthday today.
I thought
His
it
twin
was
fish
his,
had his birthday too.
yeah, I thought it was his granddaughter's birthday. I could be wrong.
And that's what Don, that you said that over on Johnny's show. It is Donald's birthday.
Okay.
Gary Foster too.
Because up in at 9:19 a.m. he was talking about it. Where's everybody? Her party was yesterday. Today is a project day.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Yeah,
I got my W-2s the other day.
right.
Holy shit! Why didn't I do this 5 years? You know I love flying helicopters and they did. They paid me well, but the problem is I got 112 and 124-hour shift per week. I did Friday, Saturday, 12 and 24, then Monday, Tuesday, 12 and 24. So it come out to a maximum of 72 hours for the pay period.
Right.
Technically, I work 2 days a week. I had to be up there. And now, technically, I only work 2 days a week. I work 2 24s, period. You know what the money difference was? I took my last full year at up in North Dakota
Yeah.
versus my last full year, or in 2024, I did a full complete year at the new job here. $48,000 difference. Yeah. That's unbelievable.
That's nice.
$48,000 difference now?
Yeah.
I hope it was 48,000 more, not less.
Oh, that's more.
More.
Oh, it's more. Yeah, I made the right decision. I wouldn't be sitting here if it was less.
Yeah.
But it's just that more hours, and even though it's still only 2 days a week, but I get a lot of overtime. But we have that normal 16 hours of built-in overtime, which technically kind of raises your hourly rate, higher.
Right.
Yeah, 48 grand difference. Like, holy shit.
Even 2 days
I
a
used to
week,
like that.
even 2 days a week, that's a 48-hour week, isn't it? That's a long
Yeah.
week if you weren't working it all in 2 days.
Yeah.
It just makes it a hell of 2 days.
But the nice thing, Mark, I go to like today, like I went to work yesterday. I'm coming home today for 24 hours. Tomorrow, I go back to work for 24, and then I'm off for 5 days.
Yep.
Yeah,
Unless there's something else. But up in North Dakota, if you remember, I used to leave on a Friday morning
yeah.
at 3 a.m. in the morning, and then I wouldn't get home till Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Don clarified. You're right, Joe. His granddaughter was his birthday present was on Friday. Her party was yesterday, and his birthday is today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Don.
Yeah, Ron, I ran a shift one time. It was 6 days on, 8 days off. And it was a 13-hour shift. We had, I think it was 26 hours built in overtime.
Yeah.
And then I'm off for 8 days, right? And
Yep,
during the
that's
8
right.
days, I'd take my first 2 days off. Then I'd go work about 3 to 4 days over at West Jeff. And then I'd go take a couple of days off before I went back.
Yeah.
And it was so great because I was making so many. I mean, in West Jeff, I was able to pick my shifts. They'd call me and tell me, we got Lafitte open. You want it? Yeah, I'll take 2 of them. And Lafitte, you go sit over there for 24 hours, and all I do is half the time be out in the back fishing. We might get 2 calls,
Yeah.
fishing and eating Cajun food.
I mean, Ron, on average, how many times you get called out in that 24 hours?
Yesterday we had 3 crews at my station. We probably went out a good 15 times yesterday.
Wow, that's a lot.
What's your
Yeah.
average?
Just at the one station, It's between 15 and 25 calls a day.
Yeah,
He
that's
got
all three units though, right?
he got called out last night for is it a mine explosion or what?
The gas well explosion. Gas.
That calls everybody out.
Yeah, and one of the
Yep.
guys that he was trying to treat says he was burned on 89% of his body and he died.
Oh yeah, yeah, that usually happens. Yeah, but that was all three units, like 15 calls. You saying?
No, that's just at the Gillette station.
Yeah,
We have about 45 minutes south. We little town called Wright. That's actually where the explosion was, and we backed up our second truck down there. They get maybe
yeah,
two calls a day down there, and then
Yeah.
about an hour and a half east, we have another station. They get 1 to 2 calls. Where we actually make a lot of our money, and it's in the business. It's what Medicare and the insurance companies pay for as long as you justify is the interfacility transfers. From one hospital to
oh
another
yeah.
hospital of higher acuity.
Now,
See, that was
do you guys do transports like hospital to nursing homes and her
That's
nursing
what
home
he's
to
saying.
hospital?
Yeah, we do hospital to hospital. We take people to different rehabs. Usually about maybe 1 or 2 a day of those, but the rest is all emergency calls.
See, that's like American Medical Response. When I worked there, that was where I had the 6 on, 8 off.
Yeah.
The P units were primarily used for 911s when we got backups, but New Orleans Health did 911 service. So we were a backup service for them. So
Right.
90% of our calls were about 80% of our calls were transports at American Medical Response.
Yeah.
We'd take somebody to a Dallas or pick somebody at Dallas and bring them home or stuff like that. But when I was at West Jeff, that was 911 service on the West Bank. And if you were in WJ1, WJ2, WJ3, the 3 zones in the front, because it was total 911 for the whole West Bank of New Orleans. We'd get, in a 13-hour shift, we get 18, 20 calls.
Yeah.
Each unit. 18 to 20 calls. If you're lucky enough to get WJ4 down in Lafitte, the only time they yanked you out of Lafitte, and they wouldn't even yank you for a call, they'd yank you and bring you up halfway because it was like 30 miles away. They'd bring you up 15 miles and sit there in case they needed you. If everybody was backing up. Because Lafitte might get 1 call, 2 calls a day.
Yeah. We do a lot of critical care transfers.
Yeah.
Somebody that bad strokes, MIs, things of that nature. And
Yeah.
the hospital, that's part of my new job. I have I guess the supervisor phone, and the hospital supervisor will call me and say, Ron, I got a transport. I need to get this patient out to Rapid City or Billings, Montana, Denver,
Yeah.
Casper. And then I've got to do all kinds of thought processes, like, do I have enough crews? What is the weather? What is the fatigue of my crews? Depending on how, like a Denver transfer, that's 12 hours round trip. Billings is about 6 to 8. Rapid, that's a good 5-hour round trip. But there's a lot of things I got to look at. I got to think about safety. Is my crew, is it midnight and they want us to go to Billings for the next 6 hours, and my crew has had their ass handed to them all day? Do I feel safe sending that crew
No.
out? And we have a thing called a safety matrix that the crew has to go online, answer all these questions, and it gives you a score. And depending on your score, then we discuss, like, do you think you're physically fit to take this transport? Same token, if we, and I've done this a couple times. My last time down to Denver. Hey, can you mute Mark's dog a second?
I'm sorry, Ron.
That's right.
I'm trying to mute my dog. She just won't.
So What kind of dog is it, Mark?
Noisy one.
I
Oh.
muted him.
Last time I went to Denver, I felt I had enough energy in me to get there. But what the company will do is they'll pay for a hotel. So you guys grab a hotel for 6 hours, get some rest, and then drive back. You know, so they really think about our safety and well-being,
Yeah.
which is good, you know, and I appreciate that. And all I got to do is call the boss and say, hey, the crew is beat, man. You know, the big boss has to approve the hotel. And they do things like if you go out of town, any out of town transfer, any meals that you buy, you go up to the hospital cashier and turn in your receipts, and they pay for your meals. Even though you're only gone 5-6 hours, but they'll pay for your dinner or lunch or whatever. It's a lot of little things that they do that are, you know, really nice.
That was another shift that I had. It was out of town transport, where I'd have to be there. We had to pick up somebody in Homer, Louisiana, which is about 80 miles. I have to be there at 4 a.m. so we could pick them up for 6 a.m. So we picked them up, and the first time that I ever did it, I just drove back. Where the other guy took the call, it was just a basic call. So we're picking them up, bringing them to Dallas and New Orleans. In New Orleans, they had to come all the way to New Orleans for Dallas, not in Homer for some reason. I didn't even know the reason why. But we picked them up, and I'm coming back, and when we hit Kenner, Louisiana, to the main campus we went to, it's about a 15-mile spot. I don't remember that 15 miles on the interstate.
Yeah.
The first time I did that, I didn't remember it. I pulled up to the hospital, and I'm sitting there, and Al looks at me, and I'm sitting there, and he goes, "What?" I said, "Was I talking to you at all from the airport in?" He goes, "No, why?" I said, "I don't remember."
Yeah. That's just dangerous. Hey, I got to run into the store real quick. I'll be right back out, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, my partner looked at me and said, "What do you mean you don't remember it?" I said, "I really don't remember driving it like that." And I said, "I'm not tired, but it's like I blacked out during the whole time. But I knew where I was going, and I got there. Like it's just, I can't even explain it." So the next morning when I had to do it, I brought me some sunflower seeds and chewed the sunflower seeds. And when then I remembered the whole thing, and I said, I must have dozed off, like halfway dozed off. So I started bringing sunflower seeds on those early mornings because that would keep me busy, keep me thinking, you know. But boy, I could have dozed off at any point in time there and hit somebody. But they used to ask us how come we could go on an out of town trip to Lafayette, Baton Rouge, or something like this, and we beat everybody's times coming back. And we said because we'd go to it and we'd come back. Other people would goof around, take their time, because you not only get paid for the time, but they let you get a meal and pay for it and all of that. And we used to goof off, but we didn't goof off as much as other people, I guess, because we take our time coming back. As soon as we got into the city, as soon as you come back in the city, you might pull a call as soon as you come in after running 4 hours on the road. I had a partner, Ron, that hated me. She used to call me she used to call me the 911 magnet, the emergency magnet. We were working a nursing home transport one day. And we're over there the whole day running people back and forth to the doctor. They went to the doctors twice a week. So we're coming back, and as soon as we hit the city, 42P, copy code 3. As soon as we hit the city, she looked at me and says, "Damn, can't get out of this." She was changing shifts one morning. She had to come in to cover a shift, and it was my shift. And I walk in, I look at it, and I said, "Wendy." She goes, "Oh, Lord, it is you. I thought it was your shift." I said, "Yeah, it is. Why?" She goes, "Well, so-and-so's not here today." I said, "Okay." So she's got her little cup of coffee talking to the supervisor. We got the unit. She's already pulled the unit up. The unit's sitting out there. I check in, do everything. I walk over, check everything real quick in the unit. I walk back, and Jody in dispatch, as I'm walking out, she says, "Y'all ready to go? We got a code 3." I said, yeah, I'm ready. Like that. I said, really? She goes, yeah, I got one. I'm getting ready to dispatch it. I said, give me a minute to get in the unit. Like this. So Wendy's got her coffee in her hand, standing there talking to Chason, the supervisor. And I walk over, put my stuff in the unit. I said, 42P. I said, and she comes back, she goes, 42P, 3, copy code 3. I just hit all 3 lights. And Wendy looks over at me, shakes her head, drops her coffee cup in the trash can. Walked in, she goes, oh, damn. She says, you kidding me, huh? I said, no, I'm not. Let's go. Right out the gate, we screamed right off the ramp.
Have you ever seen, Joe, that skit, the guy, Ginger Billy, that does the skit with about EMTs and paramedics? We should play that on here. You guys will fall
I've never
out
seen
of
it.
your. Oh my God!
What's
Here,
the name
let
of
me-
it? What's the name of it?
Look up Ginger Billy, EMT and paramedics, and share that. There's no music, so you won't get a copyright, but it is freaking hilarious. I mean, you literally will fall out of your chair, but there's so much truth to it. He is used to be a respiratory therapist, big bodybuilder, and he started a YouTube channel, and he is like extremely wealthy now, but he is funny as shit. But he does this skit about EMTs and paramedics and what we go through, and there's so much truth to it though, but the way he puts it, it makes it sound so funny.
I'm sure Joe's looking it up right now.
I got it.
You got?
Hold on.
Can you share it, Joe?
Yeah, let me get it on here.
I'm telling you, you'll piss yourself. Joe, with you being background
Hold
EMS,
on.
you will piss yourself. But tell me how much truth is in this. It's about 95% truth. It's hysterical.
Hold on, I understand.
Professionals get to work and shout out to all y'all EMTs
Can y'all
out
hear it?
there. Now, by EMTs, I mean emergency medical technicians.
Can
There's
y'all
3
hear it?
levels. You got your basic, your intermediate, then you got your street docs, the paramedics. Now, they all 3 serve a very important purpose, and I would have to say that they have the most stressful job in the medical field. Now, that ain't taking nothing away from nurses or doctors or respiratory therapists or anybody else, because all their jobs are stressful too. But you see, what sets EMTs apart from all those other people is the fact that those other medical professionals get to work in the stability of a hospital. You see, if
good
you're working
point.
in a hospital and somebody codes, well, you got multiple nurses, you got multiple RTs, you got other doctors that can come help you with that patient. EMTs, they got one other person they can rely on, and that's their partner. That's it. And they are literally expected to do the tasks of a nurse, an RT, and a doctor, all while getting
This is
paid
where it gets
less
funny.
than all 3 of them. Let me just tell you about some things that EMTs and medics have to deal with on a shift-to-shift basis. They have to go into some janky, shady neighborhoods. All right, I'm talking
Yep.
places where cops be like, "Nah, I can't go in there. They don't like me in there." But you see, EMTs and medics, they go into them neighborhoods because they know there's somebody in there that needs them. That's what you call having kahunas. When you go in there, you ain't got no weapons or anything to protect yourself, but you going in there to help somebody.
got
EMTs and
$5
medics have to
flashlight.
deal with a lot of crazy people, both crazy patients and crazy family members. And by crazy, I mean people who are mentally crazy, like old Jim Bob, who's done overdosed on the methamphetamines. Now he's walking around in a trailer park naked, holding a machete. And people who are acting crazy because they just saw a loved one get injured or killed. So the EMT is trying to do their job and treat the patient while dealing with family members and friends who are upset and crying and asking a million questions. And by the way, make sure you call them EMTs or medics. Don't call them ambulance drivers, okay?
Ambulance
That's like
drivers.
calling a nurse a bedpan fetcher or a fireman a hose dragger. That makes them real angry. It makes them want to hurt you in a very physical, violent manner. So call them EMTs or medics. Never call them ambulance drivers. Now, a lot of people think that every call an EMT runs is a bad car wreck or a gunshot wound or something really serious and life-threatening. But actually,
This is
80
funny.
to 85% of the calls EMTs run, total BS. I'm talking stuff that people don't even need to seek medical treatment for. Like parents calling because their child won't take their ADHD meds. To a woman calling 911 and wanting EMS to come get her because she thought she contracted heart disease when her uncle, who has heart disease, coughed in her face. If you have any medical knowledge at all, you know that you can't catch heart disease from somebody. It ain't the flu, it's heart disease. EMTs and medics have to perform tasks in the back of a moving ambulance that are
Yep.
already hard to perform in a still environment. Can you imagine trying to stick an IV
Yep.
or intubate a patient or perform a needle decompression while being bounced around in the back of a moving ambulance? Sounds kind of hard to do, don't it? But EMTs and medics do it like it ain't nothing. Speaking of being bounced around in the back of an ambulance, the ambulance itself is a hollow steel box of death. You have got pressurized oxygen tanks, you got needles, and you are weaving in and out of traffic going 60 miles an hour. So if somebody hits you, you can become a human dartboard. Oh, and EMTs can't get food at a restaurant where you have to wait a while. Because about 99% of the time, you will get a call right after you pay for that food. When you look at the cashier and say, is my food ready? I gotta go. And they'll say, no, it's probably about 10 more minutes. So you just pay for food that you ain't gonna get to eat so that you can go pick this patient up who called 911 because they got a toothache. So to all y'all EMTs and all y'all medics out there, thank y'all for what y'all do. Y'all put up with a lot of BS. Y'all deal with a lot of stressful situations. You see a lot of bad things. But y'all make a difference in this world. And I'm thankful for y'all. God bless y'all. I love you.
Yeah, that's about the truth.
Isn't that funny?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that is the truth, though.
Yeah, it is. It's, like I said, 95% of that's like the truth. Yeah. Yeah. I think he has a whole web or a YouTube channel. He does a thing where he built this ambulance out of a wagon or something. Him and his buddy. Oh my God, it's hysterical. Yeah, Ginger Billy.
We had a nurse that was she was becoming a paramedic to and we had her in the back. She was doing a ride along, and we had to stick a patient, and we didn't stick, and she's got everything ready. We get in the unit and start taking off. She goes, "Why are we driving? We still got to run a line." I said, "We're gonna do it." So I'm standing up and I'm getting ready to run a line, and she says, "How in the hell are you gonna do this?" I said, "You're gonna do it. Come on." She looked at me.
Yeah.
She couldn't even stick the guy. After about a second, I said, "Let me do it." I showed her. She goes, "How are you doing?" She goes, "I can't even stand up." I said, "You get used to it. You get used to it."
That's the girl that I'm going to train on Wednesday next week. She's a nurse that's coming to work with us, and she's got a long ways to go. She just graduated nursing school, so and she's an EMT as well.
Right.
But she's going to come and function as a nurse with us. But she's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, you'd be spinning. The only time that I ever had an issue was when I wasn't ready for it. I had a partner with a big box unit, and we're down in Plaquemines Parish bringing somebody to dialysis, just a normal call. I'm standing in the unit, and I just put the blood pressure cuff on a woman, get ready to check her blood pressure, and he decides, instead of just easing out like he usually does, he jumps out in front of a car. So he jumps out in front of the car and takes off. And when he jumped out, the centrifugal of the back pulled me. So I had to reach up real fast to grab one of the bars. And when I did, I punched the bar. Because that's what I couldn't hit it. I couldn't grab it. So I punched it and wound up leaning all against the wall and almost landing on her. And he turns around and looks at me. His name was Pettijohn. He goes, Alan goes, "Are you all right?" I said, "Oh, hell no." I said, why'd you do it? Why did you jump out? I saw the car coming. Why'd you jump out? He said, "I thought he was further away." Like that. So I'm sitting there and I can't move my hand. My hand's killing me, right? I'm going, God darn it, like this. And she's laying there like this. She goes, "Are you okay, baby?" I said, "I'm not okay. Just wait a minute." Check your blood pressure in a minute. It was a scapulonate triquetrum hamate separation in my wrist.
Oh, catching up. Hi, Dan,
Shit hurt.
JD, Laura, Warren, Jody.
Mark,
Yeah,
how is
well,
your EMS system over there? Is it pretty good? If you call 911,
Well, ours is all state run. It's
Yeah, it's all run. Yes.
It's not private. not private or anything. It's all state run. So we have huge ambulance stations that maybe cover about maybe 5 or 6 hospitals. But it's sometimes, I mean, on emergencies, they can get there quick. But
Yeah.
sometimes you can be waiting 20 minutes, half an hour for one to arrive. It just
Yeah, like
completely
yeah, it
depends.
depends. Yeah, like we went to a call yesterday for a guy. He was sick. It took us 42 minutes to get there, and we were hauling ass. Yeah,
But
it was way up north.
ours don't have the same kind of area that you have to cover.
Yeah.
But we have private, we have hospital run systems, we have county
Yeah.
run systems.
But of
Yeah,
course, for the majority of our cases, it would be urban environment, so they'd be going through towns and cities rather
Yeah.
than long country runs.
Yeah, it depends on where you live here in the U.S. You could have like big cities, you know, like L.A. or Philly or New York. There's city-run systems, and then we have counties. You know, it could be we're actually a hospital-based system, but we're actually funded a lot by the county. But our fire department is county-run, but the ambulance is hospital-run. So yeah, it all depends on where you're at. And then back home, like in PA, we have the private, the little rinky-dink ambulance that had one ambulance and maybe one fire truck and, ran maybe 2 calls a week. You have that stuff. It all depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Some are volunteer, some are paid. Yeah. I used to volunteer, but not no more.
Yeah, we have like central ambulance stations that cover the hospitals don't have their own ambulances. It's all part of the health service.
Well, it's like the community, Mark, that I live in. Now I'm just getting home now. This little community, I forget what our population is. It's, I don't know, like 600. And we have a volunteer ambulance here. And it's all run by volunteers. And when a call goes out, what happens is, the county will dispatch them. If they don't respond within a certain amount of minutes, then they call the next closest ambulance service to us. And sometimes that could take a while. That's what I used to worry about my friend Don,
Yeah.
How long would it take to get help to him,
Yeah, I mean, we have a voluntary ambulance service as well, the St. John's Ambulance Brigade. And they're used mainly for, like, covering big events and concerts and things like that. They'll go and put a crew there on permanent station while it's on.
Right.
But a lot of them they're trained, but they're not professionals, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah, volunteer, yeah. Been there, done that, yep. Know what you mean. Well, guys, we made her home one more time.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go in and get a little rest.
Are you in your truck now, or are you
in my car?
Little car.
In my car, my little beater car.
Uh-huh.
A little Chevy Cruze, it's called. Thing is, it's a beat up little car. It's got hail damage. It's got a hole in the back bumper. My front bumper's got a big crack on it because I hit a bunny rabbit. But it gets me 35 miles to the gallon. That's why I drive it. So, yeah.
Well, 35 miles your gallon.
Yeah,
Would
my
probably
my
be
truck only gets half of that.
I mean, your gallon's only like, is it 5/8 of our gallon or something?
Something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
You guys are what in liters.
Well, no, we still use gallons. We just use imperial gallons, not US gallons.
Ah, okay.
You know,
Ah,
a
interesting.
US gallon is only 3.7 litres.
Ah,
An imperial gallon is 4.5 litres.
okay. Shoot.
So you would be getting more miles per gallon over here than you would over there just because our gallon has more in it.
Ah, this is true. Yep, good point. Good point.
Okay, Ron,
Well,
will
But
you,
then again, our petrol is twice as dear as yours.
Yeah.
we won't keep you, Ron. I know you're dying to get home.
Yep, I made her home and I go in and get a little rest.
Okay,
Oh,
Don't blame you.
maybe we'll catch you this afternoon.
all right.
Okay.
All right, then,
You guys
Ron.
take care. All right, remember Ginger Billy.
Ginger Billy.
What's the-
Fine.
Watch some more of those, Joe. You'll get he's got some more
Yeah, I have
ambulance
to.
stuff on there. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
All right, guys. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
Ron.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off too.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna close it down.
Yeah, I'll be around later.
Okay, we'll see everybody later today.
Okay,
See
take
y'all.
care.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, Laura.
Bye for now.